Hey, it's Chaz, and welcome to today's training. If you're struggling with client dashboards, client portals, giving your clients a seamless onboarding experience, being able to sell online your agency services, onboard efficiently, this video is perfect for you because that's what we're going to cover. At the end, after watching this, you'll be able to download the client dashboard SOP that shows you step by step how to set this up on your own website, how to deal with your templates, if you already have it structured in Trello or somewhere in Google Drive. It's very easy to import this into a modern, updated, very easy and seamless client dashboard experience for your clients. You're also going to get our automation recipes for Zapier, setting this up. If you do sell 24/7 online, that I highly recommend agencies look into that. How to actually then seamlessly have that client dashboard that seems as if it's connected to your store, whatever platform you're using. We'll dive into that. And then you'll also be able to get our technical SEO audit framework. This SOP is the exact SOP that we use on all new SEO campaigns. It'll cut the time down to create a new client dashboard, create some of your templates you need for onboarding. I'm going to give you the technical SEO onboarding. If you just give me your email, we'll send that to you. So let's dive into it. Let's get started solving this dilemma of client dashboards. So how to sell and onboard clients using a seamless client portal. That's the focus of today's training. What we're going to cover is 1, overcoming the obstacles faced when choosing and setting up a client dashboard for your agency. Next, we're going to compare 2 agency sales systems and flows and explain how to use client portals with each. And then we're going to do an overview of actually setting up your client portal, including the automation and functionality that's available. Here's a couple links to me if you want to connect. I have the Local Viking software. Check us out, localviking.com. If you're a local agency owner, great software for GMB management. I own Local SEO Community Facebook group. Come join us if you're not already a member. Follow me on Facebook. I'm Chaz Edward. Search for me as Chaz Edward SEO, or there's my actual URL. And then my YouTube channel, my new one, Chaz Edward Digital Marketing. Please subscribe to that. Stay tuned for all of the updates and trainings I put out. But brief intro to me and my journey as involved in agency sales, helping build systems, scale systems, seeing what worked and what not over the years. So I'm the founder and former owner of Web20 Ranker. I founded that in 2015, grew it to years before I sold and exited in 2023. I was the co-founder of multiple digital brands, including Digital Swarm, Local Brand Advisor, Make My Business, probably other ones I can't even remember. Former partner at Social Firestarter, a legal marketing agency. I believe I sold my equity in 2021 in that company. Former owner of localclienttakeover.com. Same thing with FreshLinks and SERPship. And I've experienced setting up sales systems, sales flows, client dashboards for all of these companies and more that I'm not even talking about. So lots of experience. Just briefly, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to online sales. Here's some screenshots from some top line revenue of our e-com store, Web20 Ranker. This was back in 2019, 2018. You can see the sales figures, multi 7 figures in those years. And then this was 2021. 2022, I'm sorry, the last year before I exited, we did over 5.5 that year, and I had a terrible client dashboard that whole time. Anybody that used Web20 knows my client dashboard was terrible. I'm going to talk about that experience briefly here and share those pitfalls so you don't have to go through it. Also just agency sales as well, right? Web20 was a white label service, but also agency sales. Here's some profit P&L loss, P&L comparisons from Social Firestarter, and you can see the sales that the agency's doing back then. So lots of experience setting up systems, familiar with flows. I'm also familiar with the obstacles of setting up a client dashboard, especially if you're a young agency, not sure which direction to choose. There's lots of options out there. One of the big things that might put you off from an off the shelf software that you can get some of those are really expensive as you scale, especially if they have project or client limits, right? Team members you can get around, you still have to scale those, but you can definitely scale faster if you don't have project limits or client limits within the dashboard. If you're going to build a custom dashboard, have your devs, or if you're a dev, it can take months to reach MVP status, right? I know when I was own Web20, we built a custom dashboard. It was called, I actually have it open here. It was called SEO Reports.agency, or this is the inside of my custom dashboard I had built. There was a lot of functionality here, but it took years to get to this point, and it's still missing functionality. It really wasn't a seamless experience when you went from buying at Web20, and now this was online sale. You may have to do the contracts or anything else like that, proposals. Even though we did some proposals, it was all automated sales. But getting them into the client portal, getting them through the onboarding experience was not a seamless process. They had separate passwords, separate URLs they had to log into and remember and bookmark, different emails coming from different domains. It was a little bit of a nightmare. It did turn out, it functioned, but there was definitely complaints every single year, even after we did improvements. So custom dashboards can be tough. I've also tried some of the off-the-shelf options like SPP. So when I took over Fresh Links, when I purchased this off of Angel, they were running SPP, and SPP has some decent functionality, but there's some drawbacks to SPP too. As example, one, it's going to start, just the basic plan starting you around $100 per month, right? And that's a small plan. You get up to the Pro, you're $249 a month, and that's yearly. Monthly billing's even higher now. But from my use of SPP, it did have some good functionality. You could sell within the dashboard. It was a decent order management system, but it wasn't really a great project management system. It didn't really include things that you would expect from a project management system, such as maybe project Kanban boards, time tracking capabilities, being able to assign team member. There was some stuff you could do, you could sell within it, but there was also limitations. But I think the biggest issue I discovered using it was the very limited ability to use dynamic product ads. Now that was super important to me because I was really moving into automated sales online 24/7. How can I sell my services 24/7 with as few human touch points as possible and still deliver a quality experience? Well, one of the big things with that is if they come and they look at your page and they look at your product page where they add something to the cart and they don't buy, well, running dynamic product ads on Facebook and getting that set up was not possible. And I hired ad people, I hired dev people, I hired lots of people to look into this, and we couldn't get it to work. So that's my biggest drawback with SPP and why I looked for an alternative. That's really what we're going to talk about today as well. A seamless off-the-shelf alternative that has a lot of the features that SPP had, but then those lacking features, project capabilities, stronger team management capabilities, and then working with a platform with just really great integrations with Facebook ads and dynamic ads. And my choice on that is WooCommerce, which I'll show you briefly here. WooCommerce with the dashboard I'm going to show you is a real seamless experience. Much similar SPP, but much more capable because you're running on the back of WordPress and WooCommerce and all that additional functionality you can harness for your agency if you so desire. Now, this dashboard can be used if you're still doing the old time sales method in your agency, doing the proposal, doing the audit, doing the follow-up calls, getting them to sign a contract, then running them through a Stripe bill or a Gravity Forms with a Stripe feed on it. Well, a simple webhook can still create the seamless client dashboard experience. And you can actually do that multiple stages. You could hook it up where the project's created when they submit for a free proposal or a free audit, right? You can get the client dashboard already like that. But I like the automated sales. I like the hands-off approach. I like to be able to sell 24/7. This dashboard really solves a lot of that. And then just think about this, right? A lot of times you need to bolt stuff together. Client management, project management, time tracking, support systems, labor and money costs that you can avoid. And then not having a seamless login experience if you have to have separate logins or passwords. And then a disconnect a lot of times between project management and client management, especially if you're using something like, SPP, where it's a strong client management, but not so strong in project management. Trello, Google, if you're still using Google Drive or any of these other things, bolting these things together, it can become a nightmare for a young agency starting out. So hopefully what I'm going to show you in a minute here is going to really solve those issues for you. So this is the traditional agency sales system that I just talked to you about. Most of you are probably using this, and that's fine, probably inefficient, and you could probably structure it in a way that you get sales more automatically, a little bit less hands-off, free up your sales team to handle more of the high-end sales calls. But anyway, you're going to run some lead magnets up here. You're going to do some proposals, some sales calls, some follow-ups. Either you're going to get to a contract and a payment section, possibly follow-up calls, and then you have an onboarding process in here as well. And that's pretty convoluted when you look at that traditional system. And when you think of it, limitations that it puts to your agency, it's limited to the hours you can work. Because if you're not sending that contract and jumping on that call to close them and making sure they sign and put their credit card info in, they're probably not going to do it at midnight. But they might, but they can't with your system, right? So it's very limited to your hours or your sales team's hours. It's manual, multi-touch process, and to scale, it requires a much larger team in the sales aspect of it than a more automated system where maybe you can concentrate more on fulfillment or internal marketing rather than, the client sales. But anyway, this board still works amazingly well with this traditional system. So at some point, if you do an audit and they submit info, a simple Zapier recipe will automatically create a client portal, and you could load some templates in it that your team can come in and work on. You can or cannot share, up to you whether you share client access. Definitely after they sign a contract and pay, you would want to get their portal set up. You would want to get their onboarding form in there they need to fill out depending on what they buy. Maybe there's multiple forms that need to go in there. Ability for them to schedule an onboarding call. All of this stuff should be available within a client dashboard. And it really is with the system I'm going to show you about. And you can easily plug this into the traditional agency sales system. But before I actually show you the dashboard and how to set it up and the specifics of it, I want to touch on this other sales system that I urge you to consider for your agency. And that's what I did at Web20. That's what other agencies are doing. I know several agencies that have this automated. You can go right to their website. You can purchase a productized service, SEO service, and you can onboard. Problem with that is that client dashboard experience is usually not seamless. A lot of agencies shy away from it. It works amazingly well though. And it can also complement a traditional agency sales system where if you have very high-end clients, maybe they roll those touch points to close, right? The ones that are really marketed too heavily, lawyers. Maybe you need to jump on those sales calls and follow-up calls to close them. And in that case, that's great. But maybe you could start funneling some of your maybe lower tier clients to more of a productized offering on your website using something like WooCommerce or SPP or Big Shop, Big Cart or whatever, any of the other online platforms, or even you could use some type of Gravity form and Stripe integration to do that as well. Lots of options to get that automated system moving. And really an automated system has tons of benefits. A lot less manual touch points required, available 24/7. And making a sale can be as easy as dropping a link to either your sales page or your product page, especially if you're good at copy and you know how to structure and answer the questions with your content, with your videos and stuff that supports that. It can be a hands-off process making sales for you 24 hours a day. Helps make sales easier for people in other continents and time zones. Makes it you can be more international depending on language barriers. But I think using an automated system is the way forward. I used it at Web20 very successfully. We had sales pages that linked to the product pages, and then you could purchase, and then you were prompted to go to another domain and actually create an account there to get your agency dashboard set up. Very not a great user experience, right? That was not a great user experience for clients. Local client takeover, I experimented with using a combination of both the traditional sales system supplemented with the automated. And you know what? The automated seemed to close just as well as the other ones. Didn't require as many touch points, was much more efficient. And the clients that closed directly through the website and didn't go through the whole audit and proposal and call process, like those clients, I don't have the exact numbers, but their churn rate was at least equal to, if not less, than the ones that required all those touch points. So let's look at what an automated system could look like for you and your agency. You could do something like this. Let's just say you offer local SEO services. A lot of my audience are local SEO agencies, right? You can easily set up a landing page on your site that you currently have. Just transform your local SEO page. Basically, just add some pricing boxes to it that link into a productized version of your service, right? And you should have a productized version of your service. If you're doing bespoke campaigns for each and every client you bring in, you're inefficient, you're wasting budget, and you're probably not, here's a big, probably not getting the best results you could. The best results come from using a tested and tried framework and then following that framework for all your campaigns. And then as updates and changes happen to the algorithm, then your framework can change. You can add to it, you can take away from it, you can test your framework, but you're using a framework that you already know ranks sites or ranks GMB listings, right? That's the power of using a framework. Now, you might worry, some clients might think that it's the same as everybody else. It's a package. Well, it is the package. And you should be doing the same as everybody else in their campaign. Obviously, there's specifics to each, but the overall ranking framework, you shouldn't reinvent the wheel. We know what it takes to rank a website. We know what it takes to rank your Google business list. That framework, and just package it. Talk about it in the terms of a framework. Explain what it is. Use your copy to really sell it. And that's going to eliminate the need to jump on tons of sales calls. And from your landing page, they can simply buy, go right to the product page, select some options, right? Some of these you can see, not this one, but you have the ability to do upsells and add-ons, which is very, very different if you're doing a written proposal and contract. That last minute add-on, if they're going to buy, there's a chance they might buy your upsell if you can give it to them right away, whether it's a related product, right? You may also like, or if you have some options up here that maybe you have upgraded content, or maybe you have product variations, right? That's more going to increase that purchase value. That client value is going to increase the average order value, the more of that you can do. So a real good benefit there, right, to this type of system. You can still offer a consulting call if they have a question. You could have live chat on here, or live text or whatever, and offer a real quick consult if they had questions. If they didn't exactly know what to buy, great. You can also offer a free digital audit that would then push them. Hey, you don't know what to buy? Let us do a free digital audit for you, and we'll let you know what we recommend that you really need, right? So you can still give that good client satisfaction, make them feel special, make them feel that you looked at their brand, their competitors. So you can give them all of that. And then you can also reassure them that, hey, when we do your onboarding, that's one of the very first things we do too. But once they buy, it's as simple as this. They're going to get the order received. Now you have a recurring revenue client, most likely, if you're doing subscription products. And the client, what they're going to see is the client's going to get this email that really pushes them right into their portal, right? The client gets this email that when they log in, they're coming right to their client dashboard, no password needed. You don't have to remember passwords. You don't have to remember URLs, other websites. You can set the link to the client portal right in your nav menu if you want. They can log in the future right there. You can drop it in the menu here. But they also get this email. The first time they sign up, they get this email, right? When they initially sign up with you, they're invited to collaborate. View portal, simple as that. You just give them a simple message, hey, check your email for a link. They click the link. They're automatically logged in without a password. They're going to come to, if you want to create a welcome page that walks them through what to do next. They're going to come to a plan that they're going to know. You can put onboarding templates in here where they have to come in, answer a bunch of questions. You can do a call here. You can add pages, static pages. You can do upsells. This is a very basic overview here. You can really add to this. But inside here, this is the client view. This is what they're seeing, right? If this is a brand new campaign, they come in, they're assigned some tasks from the gate that they have to do, get them to book the call. They can ask questions in the discussion tab, you respond. Another great thing about this, look at this. As things get done, this is actually also a Gantt chart. Okay, there's a Gantt chart in here. The admin side, you can actually do time tracking on a task and project basis as well. So you can show them all the progress that's being done as your campaign. Now, this is a brand new example, by the way. Nothing's been done. But as you progress through it, you'll have a Gantt chart you can show them that there's right there in it, showing them you working on it, right? That's big to helping eliminate buyer remorse. The more work you can show early on, the more of this stuff. And again, this is all automated. It's automated with a couple simple zaps from when they buy in WooCommerce. It creates a project and coordinate, and it applies a playbook, which is your templates. I'm giving you all the zaps. They're in our SOP that you're going to get when you put your email in. So you'll have all your zaps to set up. And if you want to set up this automated system using WooCommerce or some other type of online shopping cart, a couple tips here. Just remember, you want to probably have a custom thank you page that prompts them to either check their email for a link or watch a onboarding video that then tells them to check their email for that link. But that is a very much seamless project portal onboarding, right? It's very seamless. It's a matter of one link, and then in the future, all they have to do is come here, click it, and they're going to automatically be prompted. If they're already logged in, it's going to log them in. If they're not already logged in, it'll prompt them to put their email in, and it'll send them a link. So it's the magic link, the seamless magic link online login. But using WooCommerce, your retargeting's better, your marketing's much better. You can really, WooCommerce is the way to go if you want to do online sales. I'm not faulting the traditional sales method at all. We still use it. We use a hybrid method. We're pushing more and more to the automated, even during like our lead magnet phase. And hey, when you're ready to start, if you're off the fence, go right here and buy. It eliminates a lot of the sales calls, a lot of the back and forth. I don't like doing sales calls, right? I like to rank stuff. I like to build brands. I like to grow and build and do those things. I don't want to sit on a phone convincing someone why they should try my service. If they know me, see my reviews, see my testimonials, some of my case studies, and they want to try my service, great. I'd love to have them, but I won't want to sit there and convince them and get into a sales call war with the other agencies that are out there. I don't have time for that. There's so many businesses in so many niches that you can focus on getting clients. I don't think you need to do that. And there's so many people now used to this online buying experience. Selling agency services like this is viable. It's very viable. But let's look a little bit closer into Coordinate. I'll take you through the back end, show you a little bit about it, explain in great detail in this SOP. It's going to go over everything. Now there is, I will mention, there is an affiliate link. If you want to use this form that this SOP is for, I'm offering the affiliate link here, and In return, I will send you some more of my frameworks. I'll send you 3 more if you use my affiliate link. You'll see my local SEO ranking framework, my location page optimization, and my web design framework. And those frameworks are designed to basically be copied and pasted directly in to these coordinate templates inside that you can then automatically assign to new clients as they onboard. Or you can come and manually assign them. You can add new templates to ongoing projects. But this SOP covers all those fine nuances, and this training video can't make you in as brief as I have on this platform, but it's going to show you the capabilities, and this SOP will guide you step by step to set it up. I can't do step by step in this video, just giving you more of a broad overview of how to set it up. But it's very, you want to go through, set your company up, add your, you white label it, put it on your domain. And then basically what you do, it's the task groups, and then tasks are within those task groups. And it's a Kanban system, very similar to this. I'll show you a live example here in a second, but it's a type of system. You can continue adding to it. You can take them out as they're completed. It automatically notifies clients when things are assigned to them for gathering onboarding information or seeking client approvals or monthly reporting calls, time to schedule their monthly reports. It does send them prompts for all of that, makes it very easy place to communicate, to manage your campaigns, to handle client questions about their campaign, and to let your team members in there. Instead of using Trello, you can literally put your Trello boards in here, all your SOPs, and it's very simple, one place. And you can make stuff hidden too, so you can decide what the clients see when they see it, simply by having your team member add a template. Coordinate's very powerful though, so I'm going to show you inside of Coordinate. You have tasks, projects. You can go in here and you'll actually see, I'll have an example here in a second. Tasks are just all tasks that are outstanding, different tasks. You can sort by outstanding, completed. Templates, this is the power, some of the power of this. These templates are literally, so here's a client onboarding template. We gather their details. We prompt and book a call. You can put welcome pages on the template for new ones. Let me just get back to templates here, right? But you can also put your complete SOPs in here. So an example would be, right, you can put all your monthly tasks. You can put your entire project in here. It becomes a Gantt chart. As you work through it, as your team member works through it, you can see client communication at the end where it's book a call, client reporting. You can add all of this into the template, and you can automatically or manually apply it to a client folder. So again, when I was inside the client view, I'll take you there really quickly. This is the client view. So this is what the client sees. This is what your client sees. So right now they just see the onboarding. But your team member could say, oh, onboarding is complete. They got all the information. They book their call. Now it's time to, if it's local SEO, then it's time to start monthly local SEO tasks. And that template gets dropped in here. Client gets assigned anything that's assigned to them. Your team members get assigned anything that's assigned to them. And it's your project management system. And as things get completed, it's going to show up on this timeline as a Gantt chart. There's also, you can, the admin can run reports on this stuff as it gets completed. They'll show project times, how long people have spent on the tasks. It's really good for client reporting, showing really detailed client management and project management. So I'm just brushing on what it can do. Obviously, there's a discussion tab that the client can come in. It's like, hey, I have a question. And then my team would get notified. Hey, I have a question. Then automatically my team's going to get notified in the admin view. And it makes, when you go into the projects, you can see the question pops up. There's the question. You can see under their discussion, you can go in, team members, so simple to work on this, upload files, share files, get approvals, notify clients of things that are outstanding on their part. There's a lot of functionality here that you can do. I'm just touching the surface briefly. This also integrates, by the way, it doesn't just integrate with WooCommerce. Now that's what I use, but it can integrate if you're using any other type of shopping cart that has any type of Zapier connection. It will integrate. It also integrates with Stripe using webhooks, Gravity Forms. So if you want to, you can use Gravity Form and Stripe and create basically your own little shopping cart, if you will. If you do something like that, this integrates just as smoothly and seamlessly, prompts them to just check for the link in their email. The email hasn't gone to spam. I've tested it multiple times. So really a great system. I don't know that I can dive much deeper into it on this video. If there's any areas of it that you really want to get more detail on, drop a comment to me or my team and I'll try to do that. This platform has a lot of awesome training videos, really quick ones too. You don't have to sit through 30-minute trainings. They have videos that are 2 or 3 minutes specifically on how to use the various things. It's very intuitive. If you use Go High Level, it's much easier than figuring Go High Level out. It's very similar to Trello or any of those other project management systems. But I think that's about it for this training. We talked about setting up a project management system or client portal. So I hope you liked the training. Hopefully there was some tidbits there that you can take and implement in your agency as you're building and growing and scaling your agency. If you have any questions about growing or scaling your agency, reach out to me. I'm Chaz. I'm here to help. Feel free to check out my consulting offer that I have as well and mentorship. I've helped digital brands, probably very similar to yours, scale to $1 million, scale to multiple $1 million. But I think that's about it for this training. We talked about setting up the project system or client portal for a new agency or whatever. That's it. So I hope you liked the training. Hopefully there was some tidbits there that you can take and implement in your agency as you're building and growing and scaling your agency. If you have any questions about growing or scaling your agency, reach out to me. I'm Chaz. I'm here to help. Feel free to check out my consulting offer that I have as well and mentorship. I've helped digital brands, probably very similar to yours, scale to $1 million, scale to multiple $1 million. I've done hundreds of campaigns. I can help your agency grow. So if you're interested in that, check it out at chazedward.com. But thanks for watching my training. Hopefully there's some good practical advice that you can implement.